We pulling?
Hey, I'm Zax, and this is the Primal Council, one of the second bosses you can do in the raid. This fight only has one phase, where you fight 4 bosses at the same time. And in this fight, there are 4 very important things you have to do to survive. Here's the quick version first. Number 1, when you get a lightning circle around you, run it to a pillar to dispel it without running over anyone else. Number 2, everyone soak these big orange circles on random players, while the targeted players move their circles onto some pillars. Number 3, everyone dip in and out of the fire on the ground one time while Primal Blizzard is being cast. And number 4, try to kill the bosses around the same time. Now for the more detailed version. Number 1, when several players get these lightning circles around them, they need to run next to one of these earth pillars to remove the circle without running over anyone else. These earth pillars just spawn near random players throughout the fight, so there should always be at least one nearby or spawning soon. The circle does instant damage and applies a dot, but more importantly, it spreads to any other players who touch it, so try not to run it over your friends. Number 2, when 2 players get these big orange circles around them, everyone needs to move into them while the targeted players split up and move their circles onto some pillars. The circles do split damage to anyone in them when they expire, and they destroy any pillars they hit. Clearing the pillars out a little gives you more room to play with. But on Heroic, the pillars also pulse raid damage, so it becomes much more important to clear them out a lot. The orange circles also leave fire on the ground, which will be used for number 3. While the frost guy, Kadros, is channeling Primal Blizzard, everyone needs to dip in and out of the fire real quick one time. This channel does ramping raid damage and puts a stacking debuff on everyone. And if you get to 10 stacks of that debuff, you get frozen solid until you're broken out. Stepping into the fire removes your stacks, and since there are only 10 stacks that go out per Blizzard cast, you only have to dip into the fire once each time. And number 4, try to kill the bosses around the same time. When one dies, it pulses a ton of ramping raid damage until the other bosses are killed. They all have the same amount of health, so this shouldn't be too difficult, just try to even them out once they're low. Other than those 4 big mechanics, there's also some more familiar mechanics in the fight. 2 of the bosses, Kadros and Dathia, both chain cast an interruptible spell that does damage to a random player, so everyone should be interrupting those as much as possible. The tanks need to taunt swap on the other 2 bosses, Opalfang and Embar. Opalfang casts Crush on her target, which does big physical damage and applies a physical damage taken debuff for a while, so just taunt swap on both bosses whenever that cast happens. And Embar casts a big frontal at full energy that does a ton of fire damage and applies a heavy dot, so make sure to keep her faced away from everyone else. And that's pretty much it. Here's a quick recap of the fight for you. By the way, our Patreon supporters get our guides early, so if you're interested in that, check out the link below. Shout out to them for even making these guides possible. See you next time.